What? Minitoon dropped the new trap? Oh, that's cool. What? It's made out of neon? I don't even like neon. Let's check it out. That looks all right. What is it? It's a friend helper guy? Let's brighten it up. Oh, that's too bright. You know what we should do? We should turn it down. There we go. That looks right. Let's look at the detail. Oh man, look at those arms. How are we gonna make those arms? That's impossible. Oh no, guys, this is gonna be a tough one. This is gonna be a tough one. How are we gonna make this in under 10 minutes? Well, I'll show you how. All right, grab a cylinder, grab a mesh sphere. Make sure it's a mesh sphere, not a mesh part. You know why? Because you want to be able to squish it. We're gonna use that later. Now let's go ahead and get the hard part done first. These are the arms. Axle Glow made them. They're pretty rad. Actually, no, these aren't Axle Glows. I recreated them, and I did it in Blender, and it's really hard. So instead of making you do it, I made them available in the marketplace for free. And you know what else is free? It's free to subscribe to this channel, and also too, it's super free to hit that like button, unless you don't like my stuff, and then you go ahead, hit that thumbs down. That way I can try harder. I love it. Okay, so grab Georgie. He's probably the closest guy that looks like this little insolence dude. Go ahead and delete his eyeballs and his cap and ununion his face here, and then delete those nostrils. We don't need those nostrils. We're gonna make our own nostrils. Now, what else are we gonna delete? That's it. That's all we're gonna delete. Well, I'm sorry. No, we're gonna delete that shirt. We don't need that shirt. Do not delete those arms. I saw you. You were about to delete those arms. Don't delete those arms or those legs. Just make them transparent. We can use them later. Don't worry about it. All right, change this to black. One thing. Oh, don't stop, guys. Do not. No, that is Georgie's. Stop. Stop. Grab a black sticker. Drop it on top. That fixes your problem. Okay, when you drop a decal on top, make sure you don't drop it on the root part. Make sure you drop it on top of the torso. Then you're gonna say to yourself, Dexter, it's not shiny enough. That's because you didn't switch it to smooth plastic, silly. All right, line up those arms. Take your time on it, because you don't want it to look like, I don't know, like he's wearing shoulder pads or something. Then once you feel comfortable with where you stuck everything, go ahead and weld it together. It's super easy. Weld the right arm to the right fingerless arm. Weld the left arm to the left fingerless arm. Don't weld it to the thumbs. It just won't work. Okay, now I almost went overboard with the head and started cutting into it with unions and negates and just, you know, making a big old mess out of things. But then I was like, hey, Dexter, you've got to make a video, bro. Why don't you work smarter, not harder? And then I was like, oh yeah. So let's do that instead. Let's grab that sphere mesh, let's squish it around and turn it into a neon, and then watch this cool, epic, fast forward time lapse while I piece it all together. I kind of realized I wasn't talking very much over there, so maybe I'll just do some like epic, like, I don't know, time lapse or something to fill that gap. Yeah, I'll probably do that. All right, let's tackle the ear over here. We're gonna take this ear, which is pretty much just a cylinder, and then we're gonna cut into it. This is probably the only cutting that we're gonna do in this model. Really, nothing else is necessary. So pretty much what we're gonna do is we're gonna make it look like it's melting. Super easy to do. Almost looks like it had a couple bites taken out of it, though it's a little bit more rounded, which kind of gives it that melting look. I'm really not going to take too much time today making the ear perfect, making it look rounded off. What we're going to do is we're kind of just get the gist of it, and then I'll go back and I'll recreate it and perfect it for my own animations. And then you can check it out on my theory videos. But this will definitely do. This will definitely do. Now I'm gonna make like a little kind of, what kind of shape would that be? You kind of want like a teardrop shape. You probably want to make it a little bit more round than what I'm gonna do right now, but I think this should work. Let's make these pieces just a little bit bigger to kind of give it more of a, I don't know, a teardroppy kind of shape. Kind of looks a little bit like an anchor. I don't know. I think that should do. Okay, now what we're going to want to do is we're going to want to squish that thing around, kind of like we did with that sphere, how we could kind of squish it around and change the shape. Now the way you're going to do this is you're going to export this as a model. Then you're going to insert an object, type in mesh part, then take that mesh part, go to the mesh ID, type in the name that you just used to make that previous export, change it to smooth plastic and black. Now, if you bring it over there, flip it upside down and squish it around and tilt it a little bit. And what does it look like? It kind of looks a little bit like a teardrop or kind of drippy. Now, it could look a little bit more smooth. You could take it into Blender and beautify it. That would be kind of cool. Or you can just leave it like this and call it a day, like I'm going to do right now. Cool. Turned it into a group, then bring it up to the head so we can line it up. The reason I did not delete the previous ear is because I'm going to use that kind of like a marker. That way I line it up perfectly. Otherwise, I'd be guessing and measuring and wasting too much time. And like I said, work smarter, not harder. Once you get it lined up, go ahead and delete the other ear that was there, and then you'll see your new melted ear. And that's pretty much it. All you have to do now is grab everything, make sure it's all inside of that folder that was originally head accessories, and then you're gonna weld it to your head. Of course, select head first and then select everything else, and then you have yourself a working model. Now, if you could do me a favor, go down to the comment section, let me know how I did, what I should have improved on, and if you have not already, hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell so you don't miss the next leak build. I'm Dexter. Bye, guys.